Juliette, I don't really know why I am doing this. I think I just was responding to this old text message from you because I really don't know what to say. You encouraged me to keep documenting, which I am, and then you go and do what you did. You, in one of your text messages, you said, I thought I was your friend. I thought I was your friend. Yes, I thought that until your mother walked in and said, Juliette is not your friend. And they wonder why I'm talking about abuse. Because there are people saying, if you work for the authorities, you're not going to be my friend. But you weren't there when I needed you, and you could have put a stop to this. Now I want to respond to your old text message about this Dan Brown. Excuse me. It sounds like a troll that I blocked on Facebook. Daniel Brown, or Dan Brown. You said that he slated you. So does that mean he had a go at you? I don't know. But you're saying he said all these things that I had said and done on YouTube about you, which I hadn't done. And I hadn't addressed your surname until now. Because now it's only after all of this that I've used your surname and said where you work in a title, because I feel you've been dishonest with me. That you've been very dishonest because there were things that you didn't tell me. And you made me feel quite intimidated about taking this room. You were so you were so keen on me coming to this property than you were coming down to SDR Living to say, why are you issuing Bryony with an eviction notice when Bryony has forwarded me formal complaints to you, and you didn't come down and say, I'm Bryony's friend, which even Darren said you were my friend in the hotel. He was like, Bryony, Juliette, she's your friend. Your mother has come in saying, no, Juliette is not your friend. You've come in with paramedics and police and saying, get out of my flat. Oh, there's malicious communication. When you walked out of the door, I was in a state of oppression and I felt intimidated by you when you used your chemotherapy treatment to say, look, I've been going through a difficult time. We need to go and see this room. I was I was holding in all my anger. No one's come into your flat to take all of your stuff and to take it out. And this Dan Brown had initially trolled me, Juliette, when I had a little mini break in the hotel just to have a bath and wash my hair and refresh myself. At the time that I received the letter saying we want you out of there, I went into a hotel to have a bath. And this Dan Brown said, I hope you get out of there. You're a horrible person. And you listened to this Dan Brown saying, quote, in your text messages to me, you said to me on the 23rd of March at 2:51 p.m. So this must have been the day that you went up there. And it says, you're saying to me, I said I had a message from a random stranger via Messenger saying that you'd been slating me on your YouTube video. That's a message from you to me. He sent this, quote, she's talked about your DV. I don't know what, what domestic violence? I don't think I'd mentioned it. I think I said that you had had emotional abuse and that you should understand what it's like at that point. Your employment, well, I've always said that you're a support worker for South Down Housing Association. I've always mentioned that in my videos. I've always said that you work for the same people that my middle sister worked for as a support worker, Shah. So what have you got to hide? I mean, I'd already mentioned that you're a fake friend. I never called you a fake friend. I said the manageress was fake, Lisa, and that's something that you did not tell me that's crucial, Juliette. You did not tell me that this manageress did not want me there to collect my things. So why was she only allowing you in there? I'm not saying you're fake, I said she was fake, and that's crucial information you did not give me. This is about serious. The fact that you're a support worker means that you have influence. But you're not my support worker. You said you were my friend, and your mother came in saying you're not my friend. Well, that's clear, isn't it? Your mother's right. That you've abandoned her in your flat, I never said that, and gone up north. Why would you even listen to a vile... Did you see the YouTube video where I called this person out? Because I've got something else to say to you about that. That it's suspicious that you don't want your neighbours and police to overhear anything. Well, I had a troll account as soon as you walked out the door saying, stop screaming and shouting in Juliette's flat, Bryony. You got to think of her family. So who are you going to listen to? If I'm a friend, Juliette, are you going to listen to me? Didn't I say this would have a knock-on effect anyway? But this is about trust. This is why I needed you as soon as I received the letters, and I couldn't understand why you didn't come down, because this was a direct result of me making formal complaints that I forwarded to you, because you knew what was happening. Anyway, so that you may have had a troll account. Well, I just thought it was interesting that it was spelt the same way you spell my name. But then she says she's not accusing you of that. Why would these people have not got lives, Juliette, for one thing? They're coming in, they're tearing everything apart. Have you had a look on my Facebook wall? Well, I'll come to that in a minute. I've been crying and suicidal today. I've been to Darren's church. Darren's old church. Pastor's wife said Darren's not capable of doing these things. Something wasn't right about him being controlling over the keys, which you were right, but you still haven't been honest about EBUN. But then she says she's not accusing you of that. What even? I don't even know what that means. That it's not even worth it. That you may have had a troll account, but then she says she's not accusing you of that. No, you were accused. You're listening to this troll who's saying exactly what you said to me, that I was accusing you of being a troll account that had your face and your name. which I wasn't, but a normal person would be a bit paranoid. But did I accuse you? No, I showed you the evidence on my. And before you walked out the door to go up north, you got a bit funny with me about some things, and you said, "Oh, you're accusing me of being that troll account." No, I wasn't. Ages ago, I told you about it, and that was the first time I showed you the evidence. And at the time, you said to me, I said, did you comment on my account? And you said, "Oh, I don't remember. I'm not sure." And I thought, well, that's odd. How can you not remember being a troll account or not, or commenting? But I never said anything at the time. So you're the one who's paranoid, and you're talking about this vile troll, Dan Brown, who said, "I hope you get kicked out of your flat." Really, Juliette, think about this, because it's not making any sense, really. You've got to look at it from my point of view, because I've told people, you need to think of Juliette and her cancer. And they told me that I was selfish to bring you down to A&E. That's the crisis team. They told me I was being selfish to you. And interestingly, on that occasion, they didn't bring security out to bully me, because you were with me, and it wouldn't have looked good, would it now? No. Every other time they've brought out the bully boys. This is private property, which it isn't. It's NHS, it's public. But they know I've got no one. Unlike you, who's got your mother coming in and saying, "Juliette is not your friend." And you've got paramedics saying, "We're concerned that you're suicidal," which I wasn't particularly suicidal, but they triggered it. And then they threatened me with police, and they were like, "Oh, your mum, your friends, the paramedics, the police, they were all saying, 'Gather your things and get out of here.'" What's that all about? You're telling me you thought you were my friend. How many times did I say to you, you haven't once mentioned the gift I made you? You just kept saying, "Yes, I've had a safe journey up here." Not once have you responded to the comments I made about EBUN and the possessions of mine. I asked EBUN to speak to you. We hardly know each other, and we hardly know EBUN. But she spoke to you behind my back. I'm the care coordinator who put me in that flat, and then I said I could have it as long as I needed it, which you thought was strange. And you work for the authorities. She was sacked, and she was meant to help me with EBUN's possessions, where there are gifts that I made for you and EBUN, crafted gifts. Do you know something? I've had red, sore eyes because of the stress. My eyes are really red, sore, like an infection. I've had a cold because of what they did to me. I've got no access to my things. It is a form of trafficking. It is coercive, coercive control under the council and the police. Left with a duvet on the sofa when I don't know what I'm coming to. There could be nutcases in here, like the convicted criminals at Belmore Road. I played Lisa, the fake manageress, the recording of the criminal on a tag threatening to beat me up at 3 a.m. And 3 hours later, the police arrested me. I played her that. I showed her my Brave Bryony battles on newspaper article. And I thought, but I give people a chance even when I see through the fakery. She was telling me not to kill myself. "Are you eating?" And then they changed the locks. and I'm left wandering the town in my pyjamas and slippers. But you weren't there when I needed you with the letter, were you? This is what I'm saying. So you also say that this troll, Dan Brown, is saying she said your surname and career, so you are identifiable. That is not true, because that was before I later mentioned your full name and career. I didn't want to mention your full name before all of this. I mentioned your career. So you're not being honest with me, Juliette, because you were very strange towards me over this troll account that had your Facebook picture and your name, and it was taken from your account, your Facebook account, with your mother's maiden name. Even I didn't know your mother's maiden name. You told me your mother's maiden name. That's how I identified that was definitely a picture of you in a YouTube troll account. I showed you before you went up north. So where is all of this coming on from this vile troll that I blocked for trolling me on Facebook and saying, I hope you get kicked out, which is something you could have put a stop to. What are you not telling me, Juliette? What are you not telling me? Right. Because there's only one person from the police abusing powers community who has stood up for me, and I won't say who it is, but like you, he reported Dan's channel. Dan from Police Abusing Powers, Powers, has trolled me on my Facebook wall and said some absolutely vile, disgusting things, as you can imagine. Then his friends have joined in, and it was the person who has reported the other minions from Police Abusing Powers. Dan has got an account name called Dan Salter, I think. This is Dan from Police Abusing Powers YouTube channel, who you reported for making that video of me. And his minions, apparently, according to the one genuine person from that community, in a YouTube Discord group for Police Abusing Powers, people have been saying, I hope Bryony kills herself. That's what he said. Have a look on my Facebook page. Have a look under the comments. Because I think Dan has got a bit of an obsession with me. He's got photographs of himself and a shared video of me. Why, I don't know. Because this is my YouTube channel to document my experiences. I couldn't care less if one person watches me or nobody watches me. I'm not looking for likes or dislikes. I'm being authentic. And as the taxi driver said, the ex-Muslim turned Christian said to me, who took me here, he said, they'll regret losing you. Juliette will regret losing you because you are genuine. You're authentic. I mean, how many times have I said? I even said it to you, Juliette. Am I a narcissist? What do you think? I don't know. I agree with the phrase that everyone is narcissistic, but not everyone is a narcissist. There's a difference. We're all capable of being narcissistic. And I would say that a lot of this, the most part, is stress. And as the paramedic said, miscommunication. Because the thing is, Juliette, I was holding in frustration and anger that you didn't know about. And this often happens with me, with people, because I'm a people pleaser. I please them, when in actual fact, what I wanted to say was, Juliet, I need you to get your ass down here. But I couldn't say that to you because of what you're going through. However, I needed you there and then, so you could have put a stop to this. And then I wouldn't be in this position. Because you work for the authorities, so you could have put a stop to this. So why are you suddenly behaving like this? You haven't been entirely honest, and you're getting paranoid about vile trolls who want me to kill myself. And you work as a support worker. You once said to me, do you want to say I am your support worker? And I said, no, be honest, you're not my support worker. But what is this all about? I mean, do you work for Neighbourhood Watch? Excuse me. Because do you remember I told you, I felt weird saying this to you, did I not? When I said in advance, I said that there's a woman who's a targeted individual. Couldn't hear her on YouTube. She's an ex-Mormon, Latter-day Saints, connected to the Freemasons. Bad news. And she warned me. I had the laptop on my head because I couldn't hear her at Belmore Road, and she said, be careful because there will be informers in the area. And that made me paranoid. And I felt weird saying that to you, but you didn't say anything. You didn't say, no, I'm not an informer. Because I can't trust anyone, because I told you how I was being targeted by the council came out to me to issue me with a threat to stay away from the Riverbourne house. I've been in there. I've visited someone. Your friend lives there. Your friend was also a witness. But because she has Parkinson's, you didn't want her to get involved. Which I thought was a bit strange because an extra voice would have been good for me. So I feel you've taken a lot of control over all of this. Yeah, I never said I am a victim and you are a care worker. I never said you don't care, but I mean, and why would you listen to this troll, Dan Brown, who's saying, I just wanted you to know, as if he's trying to help you. I just wanted you to know that she's made you identifiable, and she's talking about how you have serious domestic abuse, violence history with your partner, and you should understand her life experience. Well, yes, the latter, yes. She has made it seem you are anti-religious. Did you watch my video message to you, Juliette? When did I ever say you were anti-religious? You're listening to this demented nutcase who said, I hope you get kicked out of your home. You're a horrible person. And other really vile, nasty things. I don't think you're anti-religious. Where the hell do these nutcases pull this out of their bottoms? It's nearly an hour about her normal complaints, but now she's saying you aren't on her side. She can't trust you, and of course she's threatening to jump off Beachy Head again. So you're really going to listen to a vile troll who has had malicious communications and has actually possibly helped push me to suicide. And actually, as a support worker, Juliette, I would expect you to take note of that as a friend. But then your mother said you're not a friend, but you said you are my friend. This is someone who's inciting suicidal feelings with cyberbullying towards me. And you're listening to this person who's inboxed you to say, but you don't want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Is that the phrase, horse's mouth? I don't understand. And then you follow it up with, I said, I don't know who he is. Well, there you go then. Why listen to him? I never said you're anti-religious. I've never said these things. They take bits. These psychopaths and narcissists have not got nothing going on in their lives. They're taking things. And by the way, you just have a look on my Facebook wall with the video where I've got collated crucial evidence of the crimes against me. Once again, and it's made these trolls so angry because they've got nothing in their lives. And Dan from Police Abusing Powers, you reported him to YouTube for making a video of me. And he's gone on my wall, on my Facebook wall, and said, he's even mentioned you and Darren and no. Oh, if you went to church. Well, I have been to church. He doesn't even. This is someone who doesn't even believe in our Heavenly Father. A massive post of a devil face and all this sort of thing. And we all, and they all want me to take my own life. Sick. Should join the police. He's not against the police. They've gone in and taken all my things. You are part, but what I'm trying to say is, the irony is, I'll just finish by saying, the irony is, I did say your name and surname and where you work. I'd already said where you work, but I'd never said your surname before until your mother came in to bully me out, along with your friends and the paramedics and the police. But you're listening to someone who is actually helped perpetuate suicidal feelings by trolling me with malicious communications on my Facebook wall, a random stranger, as you put it, and you'd rather listen to him, and you've gone and... So either you're a friend or you're not. You work for the authorities. So, I don't know, Juliette, but it was only after all of this that I put your name, your surname, where you work, because I thought, if your mother is telling me you're not my friend and they've come in with the police and paramedics to bully me, then yes, adult social care and all these others need to know about it. You know I'm not well. You know I'm being targeted by all these psychopaths. You know I'm a victim of the corruption. You weren't there when I needed you. You haven't been honest. EBUN says she's disposed of things of mine. The care coordinator has been sacked. DC Kamar changed jobs. I recorded these people failing me and lying to me, and you've been dishonest. And they're just batting it back and forwards. The GP doesn't care. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, someone's gone into my flat, the council, taken all my stuff, including my gold ring, my heirloom, left me with nothing, beaten and abused by the police in A&E. Every time I'm suicidal, I get criticised. And coercive council human trafficking. Let's call it what it is. A spade. Call a spade a spade. There we go. I will keep you in my prayers, though, because I was the one telling them that you were still going through cancer treatment, and then you said to me you'd finished it, and then you was going through it. So I thought, what do I say? You're in recovery. Either way, they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about my father's death. They don't care. I recorded people from adult social care hanging up on me. They don't do anything. They don't do anything. They let me, but they lie to my Sue, the executor of my late mother's estate, saying that I don't engage. Hours and hours of conversations where they've lied. It'd be so easy for me to jump off those cliffs. Do you realise how dehumanised I am now? That the one person I thought I had as a friend, and it's in your text messages to me, I thought I was a friend, but your mother has said to me, you're not a friend. So what are you? Neighbourhood watch? Support worker you're working for the authorities. Let's call a spade, because your mother, your friends, and the head of the paramedics, with paramedics and an ECSW and police, came in saying, get out of Juliette's flat. So I don't know what you are, Juliette, but abuse of a vulnerable person like this, who has prayed for you and spoken up for you, and you've put me in this position. And I felt intimidated by you. You wanted me to see this room. That's what it is you asked. So, no, there we go. I'll send it there.